is the Lamb of God, who takes away the sin of the world.
Jesus was born in about 6 BC in Bethlehem in Israel. He lived with his mom, Virgin Mary, with his stepfather, Joseph. Later on, they moved to a new place in Nazareth and settled down there. According to the Gospel of Luke, when Jesus was 12-year-old, he with his family traveled to Jerusalem and to celebrate the annual feast of Passover. When the feast has ended, Jesus came to the Lord's temple and had some conversation with the people there. They was amazed at his depth of understanding by his knowledge. When Jesus was 30-year-old, he started his ministry journey and traveled to the wilderness of Jordan River to baptize. He was baptized by John the Baptist according to the Gospel of John. Later on, he started to meet with his disciples. There were 13 disciples: Peter or Simon Peter, Andrew, the brother of Simon Peter, John, son of James the eldest, Philip, Nathanael, Thomas, Matthew, Judas Iscariot, son of Simon Iscariot. Matthias is chosen to replace Judas Iscariot for his later death. Simon the Zealot, Thaddeus, or Judas, son of James, James the Lesser, so the Taurus, Mary Magdalene. Jesus bases his teaching on traditional Jewish belief, but the Gospel said he put special attention on love and mercy. In some of the Jewish laws, he said there are 2 rules were the most important. First one was you have to love your God with all your heart and your soul. The second was you shall love your neighbors as yourself. Additionally, one of Jesus' favorite ways of teaching was through story with moral and a message. For example, when someone asks why should I and who is my neighbor, Jesus told a story about a good Samaritan helped children. But in Jesus' time, Samaritan and children didn't get along with each other. His teaching, like this shocked and angered some of the people at that time. To a few of them, this way of thinking was wrong and dangerous. Some even said that his teaching would cause some trouble for the Roman authority, although it actually did not hurt the Roman at all. But still, some people saw him as a man that could cause trouble, a troublemaker. The miracle of Jesus, or the supernatural world of Jesus, in Christian and Islamic texts, the majority of the miracle of faith, healing, exorcism, resurrection of the dead, and control over nature. Christians believe that Jesus has resurrected many lives from the dead, e.g. like Lazarus, his friends. Like other events in the life of Jesus, his miracles were documented by eyewitnesses. All 4 Gospels record total 37 miracles of Jesus, and Mark Gospel record the most. For example, when Jesus turned water into wine at the wedding feast at Cana.
We have no more wine.
I must see my son.
Gather the water vessels and fill them.
Fill them.
With water. feast.
He performed his first miraculous signs, as the Gospel writer John called it this miracle, showing Jesus' supernatural control over physical element like water, revealed his glory as the Son of God, marked beginning of his public ministry. Hebrew Christianity is also known as Jewish Christian. Also, Hebrew Christian are Judeo-Christian, or the original members of the Jewish movement that later became Christianity. In the earliest stage, the community was made up of all those Jews who accepted Jesus as a very important person, like a leader or the Messiah, Christ. As Christianity grew and developed, Jewish Christian became a strain of the early Christian community.
I believe that when you die in afterlife, you will go to a place that's not physical, which is not a place where people could touch or you could smell, like 5 senses of us could sense it. So, being a Christian, I believe that after you die, your spirit will depart out of your body, and you will wander around, or you go to a specific place, but not a physical place. And then you wait for a long time until the judgment day arrives, and then either you go to heaven or hell. That's my belief as a Christian.
Why was Jesus killed? So the short answer to that question, I think, is that the Jewish leaders in Jerusalem thought that Jesus was a troublemaker, and they were convinced that he and his followers were going to start some kind of revolt. So they convinced the Romans to arrest him and put him on trial, and they found him guilty and he was executed.
Why did you think that Jesus chose to get crucified, which is the most painful, fearful, barbaric way to get executed? He could have chosen another way that is less painful to die, but he didn't. According to Christian theology, Jesus wanted to understand and endure their pain. They also believe the cross of Jesus and wounds on Jesus' body represent the sin, the badness of their world. Christians believe that Jesus forgave them all, and that is Jesus' incredible love, they believe. In Christianity, they also believe that there are nothing in this world can separate them from the love of God. They know that because they threw every sin at God, and they also killed God, but God still loved them.